Hello guys, this is Mr. Rafapa from Somel PSA Tutoring Academy. I'm answering differentiation questions from Prelim 2023 of certain provinces in South Africa. So we will be doing first principle and differentiation by rules so that we can get the rhythm. In most cases, the structure is the same. If you can just know what to do, you're gone. And calculus is one topic that, contributes a lot of marks. So we start with Limpopo. This is what Limpopians were faced with. So they were asked to do first principles. So first principle, you need to have f of x, which we already have, and you need to have f of x plus h. So I suggest that before you go anywhere, before you go anywhere, you just need to remember, if I'm given this and they say f of 2, or what I see on x, I'll put 2. Okay, so if it's f of x plus h, that means in a place of x, I will put x plus h. So it's 4 on x, I put x plus h squared, minus on x, I put x plus h. So that is how we do this thing. Then from here it's algebra. So x plus h squared, x plus h, x plus h. If you multiply this out using algebra, you will find x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And then this times that is minus x, this times that is minus h. Therefore, 4x squared plus 8xh plus 4h squared minus x minus h. Therefore, we go to the differentiation part now, which is limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So this is the formula for that. So you need to know it as it is. So limit as h approaches 0, f of x plus h, we've calculated it. It is this guy. We've just calculated it. It is going to be 4x squared plus 8xh plus 4h squared minus x minus h. So I've substituted this in a place of f of x plus h. Then there's this minus, which is here, and f of x is this guy, is 4x squared minus x. So in bracket 4x squared minus x all over h. Then I go down, limit as h approaches 0 of 4x squared plus 8xh plus 4h squared minus x minus h minus 4x squared plus x over h. Therefore, like terms, this cancels this, and this cancels this, and everything that I have must have a h on it as h approaches 0. So this is 8xh, so it must have h plus 4h squared minus h over h. Therefore, the goal is to eliminate this h here. So I must factor out h on top. I must factor out a common factor of h. I'm left with 8x plus 4h minus 1 over h. Therefore, this is cancelled. Limit as h approaches 0 of 8x plus 4h minus 1. Therefore, I substitute. When I substitute, h as 0 minus 1. Therefore, the answer, this is going to be 0, is going to be cancelled. So 8x minus 1. So yeah, so this is how this is done. And if you are to differentiate I'm sure by this time you know how to differentiate. If you differentiate this by rules, if you are to find the derivative, this times this is going to be 8x, and then the derivative of this is going to be 1. So you know the answer even before. So this method is just for you to go through the process and get these 5 marks. But you can actually find the answer first, and then you know what is the expected answer. So that's how basically you have to do this. And then now we have 1.2, that was 1.1. 1.2 has dy dx. That means differentiate function y in respect to x. Okay, so what do we have? This is 1.2.1. So this is dy over dx if y equals to negative x cubed minus 16x squared plus 6x. So we just differentiate that. So dy over dx is going to be, this times this is going to be minus 3x squared. 16 times 2, we can find out that 16 times 2 is 32. So it's minus 32x, and then this one is going to be 6. So that is just how you leave it. It's 3 marks. So if it's 3 marks like this, they give mark for each tab. 1, 2, and 3. You're done. Okay, so such things you must not be able to, you must not be having challenges on those. So 1.2.2 was, what is it saying? It says find f prime x, which is the derivative, if f of x equals to 4 5x minus negative 3 is negative 3 minus 3x squared. Okay, so that is it. So therefore, when it's like this, guys, the first thing you must eliminate the square root. Remember, the square root, if it's a, maybe let's say it's 3 here and it's 2, you're going to say a is going to be this over this, which is 2 over 3. That is why we say square root of 2 equals to 1 over 2, because we know that here, if they didn't put anything, the exponent is 1, and on the square root, if they didn't put anything, automatically it is 2. So it's 1 over 2. Okay, so you cannot differentiate when it's in the form of the square root. So you must eliminate first the square root. So we've not started deriving, so I can put it as f of x. I'm just simplifying 4 and 5, x minus that, minus 3. And then I put x 2 is to 3. Now when it's like this, remember here the coefficient is 1. So it's not a problem. When there's nothing, we don't worry. But here the coefficient is 5. So if I am first, the other thing, I cannot have a variable as a denominator. The variable, before I derive, I must make sure that the variables are in the numerator. Okay, so you can see this guy here, he is negative. There's a variable as a denominator, so I must move it up. When I move it up, the sign of the exponent must change. So it's going to be 4x positive 3 over 5. So what I simply did, I just moved the x minus 3 up so that it's positive. And then also the same thing here. I'm just going to say 3x minus 2 over 3. So if the coefficient is 1, it's just going to be divided by 1, of which anything divided by 1 is that thing. So if the coefficient of that is 1, is just fine if I leave it that way. Okay, so that is what you must remember. Therefore, this term, now I can derive the derivative equals to 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12, x squared over 5, so minus times minus is going to be plus 2 over 3 times 3. 2 over 3 times 3 is 2. So it's going to be 2. It's going to be 2x minus 2 over 3 minus 1. Remember when I do that, so minus 2 over 3 minus 1 minus 2 over 3 minus 2 over 3. What am I doing? Minus 2 over 3 minus 1 is going to be minus 5 over 3. So this is minus 5 over 3. So the final answer is 12x squared 5 plus 2x minus 5 over 3. So you can just leave it here. It's fine. Okay. So we are done with what we call. We are done with Limpopo. We are done with Limpopo. We can focus on another province in the next video. Okay.